It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Pepperdine's head beach volleyball coach, Coach Marcio Siocli. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Brennan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get started in coaching in college beach volleyball?
Funny, growing up, I was a volleyball player myself. And, just after college, everything was guiding me for volleyball, right? And I had a great opportunity to be part of like a select group that would make the level 2 in beach volleyball and then the whole country in Brazil. And, after that, I got to know Olympian coaches and they were my mentors. I had a chance to go at this point for 3 Olympics. But I think it's growing up. Growing up, sports was in my blood, in my family blood. I choose my PE, the Bachelor in PE. That is my degree in college. And volleyball and beach volleyball was just a natural, element. I love volleyball, and that was it. I do what I love do for a living. So that's great.
What was that experience like getting to play college beach volleyball in Brazil?
Well, during the times that I was in college, we didn't have beach volleyball specific. So I was playing volleyball. And that was great. It's the college level in Brazil. It is less organized than the United States, but the passion is still there. I was a setter for 4 years for my team. And I made great friends. We never went out of state or has like this exposure as in US, but I made friends for life, and that's what matters. So that was fantastic.
What was that experience like getting to play in Brazil collegiately?
It was great. We don't have a lot of money involved. We don't have a lot of organization, but that is a lot of passion. And as you can see by my voice, I'm a passionate guy for what I do. I love what I do. And again, I made friends for life.
Coming out of college, what was it like getting onto the pro circuit and playing in the AVP?
That was really interesting. I personally didn't play myself. So when I went to the circuit, I was already a coach. And that was great. I think that is a natural progression for what I was doing. From the college, going to the AVP, I think it was just a natural progression. And then I couldn't be happy for the opportunity. Every day I wake up and then I'm just thankful for the opportunities that I'm having it.
What was that experience like getting to coach on the AVP on the beach volleyball circuit?
It was great. It is, again, it's a natural evolution. What do you do, right? And in the beginning, that is just like, oh my God, we are among like all those players. And but a couple times you kind of settle in and then you understand your role. I think that is really important in any team, and everything that you do is understand your role. And then how within your role, within your strengths, you can contribute for something bigger than you.
Of course, coming into college coaching, what was that experience like first starting off as an assistant coach for UCS?
I personally never been an assistant coach at USC. I've been an assistant coach here at Pepperdine University. Pepperdine University has been the only university that I have been working on my entire life here in US. So this is a special place. I love being here. And in the beginning, it is a shock of culture because the college sports in Brazil are not that organized as in US. But I felt home, and then I've been here at Pepperdine for 15 years now. This is home for me.
Of course, what was that transition like from getting to play in Brazil to coaching in the US?
Uh, Totally different. Absolutely, totally different, right? So in Brazil, being a player in Brazil, it is about the passion. That is not a lot of financials. That is not a lot of organization. So you do because you love. Coming to US and coach here, that was a shock, culture shock. How college sports are huge here, and that you are able to make a living with that for your family and for the players and for everyone. So in the beginning, it was a shock, again, a shock of culture. But as soon as you settle in and you understand your role, you use your strengths to help something, to help everyone, and something that is bigger than you.
How was that experience like becoming the head indoor volleyball coach for the Southern California Beach Volleyball Club?
Yeah, I was the South Carolina Beach Club. I was on the indoor side with the juniors, and that was great. Again, I think after that first culture shock, after that you settle in, and you just use your strengths to help people, and help the entity, and help your franchise, I would say, right? I had a great experience working for Sport Check and Mary Boyce at the South California one, and that was a great time. I had a great time with the kids.
Of course, what was that like getting to coach the beach volleyball US Olympians?
That was again really thankful for the opportunity, humble for the opportunity, thankful for the opportunity, and in the same field, I feel I'm like kind of like repetitive, but that's a little kid. I get in, and that is all those nervous, and then like, oh, do I belong here? But you settle in, you focus on your foundation, focus on being thankful for the opportunity, and then you develop your role, and your role is going to help something bigger than you. I think that's kind of like how my coaching philosophy is.
Of course, while coaching those AVP Olympians, what was that like having those Olympians there and maybe some of them you maybe looked up to throughout your playing career?
Oh, that is scary in the first moment. It's absolutely like you get like, oh my God, I'm among those people now, right? And again, you just settle, deep breath, remember your role, remember why you're there, and then make sure that you take the spotlights out of you. This is not about you. It is usually all the time something bigger. With professionals is making a living out of it. Representing your country is just something way bigger than you. So all the time is just have that settle moment, understand your role, and then try to be a piece of the puzzle for something bigger than you.
What were some of the things that you were able to accomplish as the assistant coach at Pepperdine?
A lot. A marriage, two kids, an American citizenship. I've been here again for 15 years. I accomplished all that on a personal level. And on a professional level is just making friends forever, right? So that is still players that I talk nowadays. That was my first setter at Pepperdine when I was in the indoor. We still are connected. So that's what it's all about. And meanwhile, if we can win some national championships and conference titles, we will do. But it's just about the relationships.
What was that feeling like getting to take over as the head beach volleyball coach after the legendary coach retired?
Scary, and it is still really scary. Nina Matthews was a great mentor, a great friend, and that was a huge shoes to fill. That even today, 4 years in, I'm still learning. I'm humble enough to still be learning on that process. It is a learning curve on that, but I feel that we're going in the right direction. But that was scary in the moment, to feel to be able to feel like huge shoes from Nina Matthews. Absolutely.
Of course, what were some of the things that you learned as the assistant coach to then help to take over after following her retirement?
Yeah, I think when you are an assistant coach, you have so many ideas, and then absolutely one of the ideas that I have is bringing beach volleyball courts to the campus, and then I achieved that. That was one of the biggest things that I think that would help our student athletes. And that has been my goal in this, first 4 years. And I did it. And I did it. So that was really important for me. On the volleyball side, Nina was a great coach. I didn't have to implement anything. We just got to keep rolling and keep learning and keeping recruiting great players.
Of course, what was that feeling like getting to bring in the beach volleyball courts for not just the players, but also for the students at Pepperdine?
That's amazing. I think that is one of the top things that this organization and my administration did for the sport and for the community, right? So we are a small community here in Malibu, and having the community come and watch the games on campus, have our students coming and play pickup games, or be part of the club team, that is just great. So it helps everyone and helps the community spirit as well.
Of course, as the head beach volleyball coach, what is that like, obviously, having those students that aren't totally beach volleyball players still enjoy the sport of beach volleyball?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a great way of life. I think beach volleyball became a professional sport, especially around the '96 Olympics in Atlanta. But I think we always need to come back to our roots, right? It is a fun sport. It's outdoors, is making people health. And again, it's about the relationships. You create relationships forever playing that game.
What does a typical beach volleyball match look like at Pepperdine?
Usually like on a college level, we play 5 flights. So what it means is each school comes in and then they have 5 teams. And we play 3 teams at a time. And then the winner, it is the one that can win 3 out of 5. So it is a great atmosphere that sometimes you go 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 2-2, and then 3-2 for someone. So it is just amazing. So regular, again, 1 team against the other, and then 3 teams play, and then 3 more teams play. So it is action all the time, and fun all the time.
Of course, what is that like having an all-day beach volleyball game?
Tiring, I would say. It is really tiring. I think our athletes are prepared. We do have a lot of water, a lot of cabanas around our courts, a lot of logistics that make them perform on the highest level. But I'm telling you, playing beach volleyball, it's something really, really hard. Proud of them.
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you play against?
We play in our conference, LMU, Santa Clara, Portland, San Francisco, some areas in Pacific. That is kind of our conference, the WCC. We don't play a regular season and conference. So we schedule, we're independent schedule, but we play a conference championship. When we play our independent schedule, we are all over the country. We are going through Hawaii to Florida. We have been top 20 on the country every year since this program started, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna get a little higher than 19. I would tell you that.
Of course, what is that experience like getting to travel and going to places like Hawaii, UCLA, and even Florida to play beach volleyball?
It's amazing, and it is a blessing. We're thankful for the opportunity that our administration allow us to do it. And it's just great for the kids, great for the coaching staff, created that camaraderie. And again, in the end of the day, we're playing ball, we represent our university, but we're making friends for life.
Of course, how's that experience like getting to coach against some of those powerhouse schools like Hawaii and UCLA?
They're the same. We are a small private Christian school here in the hills of Malibu, and we're proud of it. And then, we call opponent. They are opponent. Doesn't matter what shirt, what number. We are prepared. That's how we do things here. We love our system. We love our team culture. We love our philosophy, and we go to win all the time.
What is that home game atmosphere like in Pepperdine?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Our courts are right in the middle of the hill. One side you have the ocean, one side you have like the mountains. We have like wildlife visiting us sometimes. So it's great. The music is going. The referees are always on time. We have a great atmosphere with parents, families, and friends. And again, nobody can beat our view. One side, the Pacific Ocean, the other side, the Santa Monica Mountains. So you choose.
What does that recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes looking to go into beach volleyball?
Well, number one, we are Division I beach volleyball program here. So you have to be passionate about it. You have to have a really high level, technical and tactical. But that's not everything, right? So you need to be a fit for Pepperdine. You have to like the small, private Christian environment. That's where we are here. So besides just the volleyball IQ and all the experience that you have, you need to come visit us in Malibu, see the view, understand our values, and then wants to play for Noel and I. That's the coaching staff and for our teammates. So if you're in, if you check all those boxes, I will see you in Malibu.
As a head coach, what are some of the things that you look at in those prospective student athletes when out on the road recruiting them?
Yeah, well, number one is that they need to have some level of the volleyball. That is really important to start, recruiting someone. And then number two is just the passion, right? So you can see in my voice, if you're passionate about it, what you do, if you never gave up and you want to be part of like this really unique structure that is Pepperdine University, you probably has a big chance to become a wave.
Of course, what is that transition like from, let's say, athletes that are playing indoor volleyball that want to play in beach volleyball?
The transition, every transition is tough, right? Because it's something new, it's something uncomfortable. I think what we see back in the days is just, the exhaustion to be outdoors is really, really, really higher than an indoor. It is about how really those players are able to use their techniques and skills that they acquire on the indoor, and then are able to apply and compete against the other teams, but plus the environment, right? So the wind, the sand, the sweat, all that stuff, all that structure, it is hard. I think that is the biggest point on that transition.
What does that official visit look like at Pepperdine for beach volleyball?
It's amazing. I love official visits. They come in the morning, we pick them up at the airport, we drive them here through PCH, look into the ocean. We get like a campus tour, we talk to our strength coach, we talk about our academic, you talk to our academic advisor. And in the end of the day, we finish up with a early dinner or a late lunch at Duke's. Like, come on, that is perfect. It's I would love to make all official visits to Pepperdine.
Of course, as the head coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen put on that Pepperdine beach volleyball jersey for the first time and seniors putting it on for the last time?
Oh, it's a journey. It's so funny, like to see them grow and then mature, and then they come in as girls and then they become women. In the end of the day, that's what we're doing here. We're preparing leaders, we're preparing moms, we're preparing doctors, we're preparing engineers, and we're preparing presidents. Like that's what the Pepperdine motto is. It's just amazing. And even though that throughout the process you have a lot of cries, a lot of laughs, again, it is the journey. And then the best thing is when we receive like a marriage invitation, a wedding invitation, or just a text, and then checking in on a team and a program.
Of course, what is that like as a head coach seeing those players go on and achieve great things, whether it's in the corporate world or going to play for the AVP circuit?
Again, it's amazing. It's really why we do this, right? We take those kids and those young women on a really, really chunk of their lives, and we hopefully that through volleyball, not right, I call like through the volleyball lab, we're teaching them about life as well. That's kind of like our motto here at Pepperdine.
What is that like as a head coach to see those players go on and go into college coaching just like how you have?
Oh, it's amazing and it's funny because a lot of them come up and it's like, oh my God, coach, I didn't know that all that happens. It's like, yes, that is a lot of work behind the curtains, and it's always a great conversation when they are really surprised and shocked that it's like, whoa, we yeah, that is a lot of work behind the scenes. And it's just amazing on that first initial conversation that they were like, oh my God, do we need to do that? It's like, yeah, like when you guys get all your uniform ready, all your food ready, everything is in place. That was a lot of work, behind the curtains and behind the scenes. And that is just great to have that first initial conversation about it.
What are some of your future plans for the Pepperdine Beach Volleyball program moving forward?
Great question. I think it's still keep looking to build in our facility. Our facility right now is just like in a great place. But again, I think I'm a dreamer. I dream and I have a vision. And then I think that we're moving along to achieve. I think that is number one, is creating that landmark for our beach volleyball program. Number two is keep supporting them, keep supporting the players. I think that is the most important thing nowadays with the whole craziness on the world, providing them support, safety, friendship, and great opportunities. I think that's what we do here at Pepperdine, and that's my biggest focus right now. And again, meanwhile, doing that, if we win a lot of conference titles and a lot of national championships, boom, go Waves. That's the main point.
What advice would you give those high school athletes looking to go into college beach volleyball?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What advice would you give those high school athletes looking to go into college beach volleyball?
First of all, is understanding that beach volleyball is a team sport in college, right? So it's not about you. It's not about just you and your partner. That is a group of like 15, 16 kids that you are in the team. It's just not like about you. Understanding that dynamic, I think that is really important. And then thriving on that dynamic too. That is a lot of people that shy away from the group and then, don't get to your highest potential, but understand the difference of individual sport and team sport.
What advice would you give those first year college students entering beach volleyball?
I think they just gotta, enjoy the sport and have passion about it. Like, and be able to listen to feedback and be able to understand good days and bad days, and then be thankful for the opportunity. I think that's what really helps people like throughout tough times. It's like, hey, I'm just grateful for the opportunity that I'm having, on this university with this coaching staff and with my teammates. I think that's the best. That's how I would love that all the players think about it.
What advice would you give those players that are looking to go play professionally on the beach volleyball professional circuit?
Well, I think not, it's learning since the beginning that the sport is a grind. We're still developing. Our professional league is not like on the highest level, financial wise. So that is understand that you're gonna have to really, figure out logistics and the moving parts, and then being professional. Just don't mean being like serious, but professional is having a goal and achieve them. Even though that you're gonna have to maneuver and then juggle, a couple things. I think that's my advice for them.
What advice would you give those players looking to get into college coaching after their collegiate beach volleyball career?
That is a lot of time consuming. Coaching is not just show up at practice and then run the practice. That is a lot of things behind the scenes. And then mostly those things behind the scenes has a lot of impact how you be in front of the scenes, right? In front of the camera. So just focus that is more than just like, running the practice. That is a lot of thing behind the scenes.
What advice would you give those head coaches looking to build their own program and build their own legacy?
That's a great question. I think is being authentic, being honest, and then have your foundations, your values. And if that is in there, you're going to get the players, to play for you. And A couple of them, they might don't fit in your bill, right? But it's okay. That is college for everyone. I just be truly true yourself. I think that is a big thing for me.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with the Pepperdine Beach Volleyball program at?
That's a great question. We have our Pepperdine Instagram account at Pep Beach Volleyball. I have my personal account that is iDrillsVB at the Instagram as well. And then everybody can email me. I think email is the best thing. Marcio, Marcio Siocli, Siocli at pepperdine.edu. I'm right here for any questions, anything, anytime. And go Waves.
Thank you again, Coach Marcio Siocli, for your interview and best luck in your future as the head beach volleyball coach for Pepperdine.
You got it. And then let me know if you need anything anytime. You got my contacts. Look forward to see you soon.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for your interview and best luck in your future.
You got it, Brandon. Have a good one.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.